Welcome back into the Young and Ellis Gymnasium. We got the camera pointed the right way, avoided any face shots. Nathan Reynolds with you, Isaac Beto working the camera. We're happy to be with you. Ozark women defeated Central by a score of 81-42 in game one of our doubleheader. We get ready for the men's game just in about 4 minutes, but first, let's go through point scores from the women's game. First for the visitors, the Lady Saints. Elena Woods led the way with 8 points, 5 points from Sarah Shoemaker, Claire Van Thome, and Rhea Brady. 4 points from A.B. Rawson, Jersey Bailey. 3 points from Savannah Luna, Harmony Tart, Hannah Bauer, and then 2 points from Rachel Darling at the very end of the game. And for Ozark individual point scorers, leading the way, Brooke Jones with 23 points, 14 points for Brooke Nice, 10 points from Emmy Collin, 9 points from Delaney Johnson and Reagan Etzel, 8 points from Kendall Scott, 5 points from Dinah Marshood, and 3 points from Sophie Brunkow. Ozark shot 27 of 68 from the field, 3 of 12 from 3, 24 of 34 from the free throw line at 70.6%. For Central, they shot 16 of 61 from the field, 3 of 18 from 3, 7 of 13 from the free throw line. The rebound battle was a tie at 48, but the turnover battle made a big difference, 24 to 10 in favor of the Ambassadors. So now we get ready for the men's game, where Ozark comes into this one with a record of 16-6, 10-1 in conference. And after their 5-game road trip, they went 3-2 on that trip, coming off of a win against Union on Tuesday. So I guess they went 4-6 or 4-2. Excuse me. But those two losses came on February 4th and February 7th at Randall University, 78-76, and then got beat by 18 by Manhattan, 74-56. So Ozark will look to bounce back after a couple of road losses. Once again, they come in winning 2 in a row after beating Berkeley and Union, and they look to finish the season, of course, first in the conference at 11-1. But with an 11-1 conference record, they would, not that it's a competition, but they would finish with a better conference record than the women, which is a surprise after the way the women started so hot and undefeated. But overall, 16-6 on the year. Both these teams battle proven and ready for postseason basketball conference tournament once again starting next Thursday. For Central, they come into this game with a record of 6-18 overall, 3-7 in the conference, 3 wins both at home and away. Their last game was an overtime loss on Tuesday against Kansas Christian College in Overland Park. But they did win their game last Saturday at home. It was senior day against Emmaus, 83-82. The first time these two teams played was on December 6th. It was in Moberly, and it was an 87-70 win for the Ambassadors, who were led by Andre Johnson with 30 points. We'll now send it down for the pregame prayer, national anthem, and starters. Between the visiting Saints from Central Christian College rival and your Ozark Christian College Ambassador. We ask at this time that audience will please rise and gentlemen, please put your hats for a word of prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Father God, we're grateful for the opportunity to play the game of basketball tonight. You've given the ability to these young men to play this game. God, we pray that during this competition you'll keep them free from injury. God, allow them to use the gifts that you've given them to glorify you on the court.
God, we're grateful for just another day of new life. Most of all, we're grateful for Jesus. His name we pray. Amen. And now let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Saints from Central Christian College of the Bible. At guard from River City, Michigan, 2, Chris Woods. At guard from Wakefield, Missouri, 4, James Johnson. At forward from Springfield, Missouri, 15, Paul At forward from the forward, Quincy James Jr. And at forward from Lebanon, Missouri, 24, Silas Massey. The Saints are coached by Captain Freitas and assisted by Josh Crawford. And now, the starting lineup for your ambassador. At guard from Missouri, 10, Blaine Silaston. And guard from Chocolate, Washington, number 11, Micah. And guard from the CCCB, number 25, Ray Johnson. And forward, volunteer number 38, Foster. And forward, 33, Eric Dillinger. Those are best and this team manager is special assistant assistant coach Donovan Long. And the head coach for your ambassadors in his 20th season, Chris Lane.
So there's your starters for both teams. Once again for Central, Chris Woods, Gage Johnson, Cole Hughes, Quincy James Jr., and Silas Massey. And for the ambassadors, Blaine Salzman, Danny Foster, Eric Dillinger, Micah Colburn, and Dre Johnson. Eric Dillinger, a midseason change in the starting lineup. It was Dylan Bycroft, but he's now coming off the bench. Ozark had a bit of a cold streak for a while, but now they're back to their winning ways. Foster and James the jump. Ozark wins this hit. We're underway. Going 16-6 Ozark. And first possession, Foster throws it away. Miscommunication with Dillinger. Central comes in 6-18. Head coach Jack DeFreitas in his 14th season with the Saints. Assistant coach Josh Crawford in his first season as assistant coach. Central moving it around. Here's Massey. Off the screen, finds Woods. Gets downhill, throws it away nearly. Massey ends up with it. Has to put up a jumper. Won't go. Rebounded by Dillinger. Both teams scoreless. Foster beat everybody down the floor and lays it in. Ozark opens the scoring with an easy 2-point layup. Quincy James Jr. Now here's Massey in the corner. Hughes, the junior out of Springfield, swings it. Gets it back now to the corner to Woods. Woods, corner three. No good. Rebounded by Salzman. Foster in the post, right hook is good. Counted and the foul.
The Saints Cole Hughes his first, team first. Danny Foster on the line, 1 shot.
Danny Foster, one of 5 seniors on the team, out of Rolla, Missouri, makes the free throw. Five nothing Ozark leads. 18.5 minutes left on the first half game clock. Johnson gets the steal on the pass going to the high post. Acrobatic finish at the rim. Make it 7-0. Central quickly the other way. James guarded by Foster. Turnaround misses it long. Ozark's defense not allowing anything easy. Colburn into the lane. Stayed in the air but missed that one. James into Massey. Bodies Dillinger, lays it up and in. And the freshman out of Lebanon, Missouri gets the scoring start for the Saints. And on the other end, Dre Johnson lost his footing and gets called for the turnover after slipping. So 7-2, 17:40 on the game clock. Here's Massey, had it knocked away by Johnson. It'll stay Central basketball. Woods to throw it in. Gets it back. Had an open look, decided against. Quick first step from Woods. Colburn off to do a good job on him defensively. 3 on the way. Knocks it down. Quincy James Jr., senior out of Mobile, Alabama. Makes it 7-5. Dre Johnson still looking for his first shot. Instead, it's Dillinger. Off the feed from Foster. And one for Eric Dillinger.
There's Hamilton checking in for the Saints. At the line with 1 shot, Eric Dillinger.
Dillinger misses the free throw. Shot on the way won't go. Rebounded by Massey. Johnson back to Massey. Central having to move it around. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson gets the steal. Took it out of the hands of Cole Hughes. All the way on the other end. Takes it all the way to the basket. 4 points for Dre Johnson. Spin move off the glass, no good from James. Three-pointer won't go. And on the other end, Gage Johnson knocks down the 3.
Timeout Central. This is a
Central
timeout.
will call timeout. Score 11-8, 15:59 on the clock. Turnovers were an issue at the very beginning for both teams. Now shots starting to fall a little bit. For Central, they got down into a 7-0 hole early, but have climbed back with a pair of three-pointers and a layup by Silas Massey. This is a relatively older, experienced Central roster. A multitude of juniors and seniors. Only 2 freshmen on the roster. Here's Johnson. In the post, spin move. Tough take, puts it up, won't go. Rebounded by Massey. And the Saints will slow it down now. Massey guarded by the senior Foster. Thought about the turnaround, instead gives it in. Floater blocked by Colburn. They'll bring it the other way now. Salzman, very capable three-point shooter, gave up that look. Foster swings to Colburn in the corner, and he got kicked in the head and went down hard.
Out of bounds. Ball goes to Central.
And Central will get the basketball after no foul. After Colburn got kicked in the head, getting the defender up in the air. And the officials will talk about this.
The call was out of bounds before the foul.
So they're going to say Colburn stepped out of bounds before the foul. So it'll be Central basketball. Coach Lamb not too upset, so doesn't disagree too much at least. Johnson into the lane, floats it up high off the glass and finishes at the rim. Foster in the post, help comes over, doesn't matter. Foster had 6-foot junior on him and was able to get the easy bucket. 13-10, 14.5 to play. A couple of subs getting ready to come in for Ozark. 3-pointer from Johnson's no good. Jacob Bullock, who just checked in, gets the offensive rebound, and Quincy James finishes at the rim. So Central is starting to get penetration through the Ozark defense. Salzman lets a 3 go from way downtown and knocks it home. Pushes the lead back up to 4. Here it's still in the early goings of this one. Nolan Mathis misses that shot. Colburn spins him off, took a shot to the nose. Foster in the post, double teamed, and a foul called. It'll go against
Idris Hamilton. That's his first.
It'll go against Idris Hamilton. Carter Brown shot fake, pull up mid-range from the right elbow, knocks it in. 18-12 is the Ozark lead. Johnson finds James. Guarded by Brown, who just checked in. Carter pushes it the other way. Johnson tried to find Dillinger on the inside, but just a little bit in front of him as he fired in that bullet pass. So Ozark with a couple of turnovers here early. Micah Colburn out of the game, now over with the trainer having his nose looked out. He might have a bloody nose. So far in this game, In 7 minutes of play, he's been kicked in the face and got poked in the eye / slapped in the nose on another play. So Colburn, the senior of Trout Lake, Washington, taking a beating in the early goings. 3-pointer from Foster won't go. Johnson to Massey, pull up from the free throw line. Missed that one off back iron. And Hunter, the freshman, brings it down for the Ambassador. Still 18-12, 12-20 left in the first half. Johnson, 4 points, both off of transition steals. Foster in the paint, missed it, grabs his own rebound, dumps it off for Johnson. Brown, open three in the corner, and knocks it home. And Ozark leads by 9. Carter Brown, 2 for 2 from the field after coming in off the bench. Step back jumper, no good. And now Hunter. Foster posting up Ozark. Once again, their first matchup against Central beat them by 18, 89-71. And a whistle on the foul. Excuse me, it was 87-70. Dre Johnson gets called for the offensive foul. That's his first. Mathis finds Hughes, gets it back, gets into the lane, dumps it off for Hughes. Last touched by the Saints. Last touch by Hughes. And Davenport checking in. Dylan Bycroft also came in the previous dead ball. Well, you can't necessarily see it, but below your screen to the right side, there's a very strong Ozark section of students. So doing a nice job supporting their team, making the drive across town. Here's Bycroft. Brown with 2, gives it to Davenport, and a block on the floor.
Central
Sonny Amabile and Quincy James Jr. on the floor now. Amabile getting his first minutes. Brown. Dump down to Davenport. Finds Hunter top of the key. Jab step, 3-pointer. Got it! Mark Hunter, the freshman, has progressed real nicely this season for Coach Lamb. And Coach Lamb, 700 career wins now as the 3-pointer from James is airballed. But he gets the interception on the other end. Amabile thought about the 3. Instead, it'll be Mathis firing. No good that time. So over halfway through the first half, 24-12 is our score. Johnson into the lane, finishes over James. Dre Johnson, a physical basket that time. He is such a tough assignment if you have to guard him. He can shoot it, but he loves to attack. He plays physical and off 2 feet. Lots of head fakes. He can get to the free throw line. Just a great basketball player. Massey. Pass was deflected. Ended up back into the hands of Quincy James. Step back mid-range. Johnson was there. And now Ozark, already up 14, has a chance to extend it even more. Dre into the lane, fouled as he went up for the floater. Foul will go against James. That's his first. 5 team fouls on the Saints. Johnson knocks down the first free throw. Colburn still over by the trainer in a trash can. Checking out his nose. So Johnson goes 2 for 2 at the line. Timeout Central. It will be a full timeout charge to the Saints.
If I could have your attention, please. This past Friday, actually a couple Fridays ago, in Ankeny, Iowa, the Ambassadors secured a decisive 75-57 victory over the Eagles from Faith Baptist College. This win not only preserved the Ambassadors' perfect record at the time in the Midwest Christian College Conference, but also carries special significance for Chris Lane, who achieved his 700th career victory. Now in his 39th year as coach, 17 for Dodger Christian College, 22 at Ozark Christian College, Lane has built an impressive legacy. He's led his teams to multiple conference championships, 3 national championships, and most recently the ACCA national championship. In recognition of his outstanding career, he was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2022. Reflecting on the milestone, Coach Lane said, "I'm incredibly blessed to have coached so many outstanding student athletes over the years. This achievement is as much as theirs as mine. It's a testament to their hard work, dedication, and belief in our program. I'd also like to thank my lovely wife, Mom, and our 4 children for the encouragement to keep me going all these years." Let's give it up for Coach Chris Lane, 700 career victories.
So there's the recognition for Coach Lamb, reaching 700 career W's a couple Fridays ago in Ankeny, Iowa. He's looking for yet another one here tonight. His team's off to a good start. 28-12 is their lead. Under 9 minutes to play in the first half. James, tough turnaround over Davenport. Got it to fall somehow. Quincy James, the senior out of Alabama, earning his 2 points that time. Brown, Davenport, Foster, Bycroft, and Hunter on the court. It's a bigger lineup for the Ambassadors. Hunter, step back mid-range, knocks it down. Mark Hunter. He is a talented young man, just a freshman. He has a bright future ahead of him. Here's a 3 on the way from Gage Johnson. No good. Rebound tracked down by James. Now Mathis down to Massey. Open 3 for Hughes on the way. Won't fall. Hunter, the only classified guard on the court. You could call Carter Brown a guard, but he plays more of a forward position as Davenport off the feed from Danny Foster gets the bucket. James. Here's a 3 on the way from Mathis. Knocks that one down. The junior out of Westerville, Missouri. His first 3 points. Carter Brown, a 3-pointer for the answer. Missed it short. Foster fights for the rebound. Gets it to Davenport. Now Hunter will gather it to reset. And Bycroft had Davenport on the roll off the screen. Just had a little bit too much heat on it that time. So multiple players have gone to the trainer here during this game And there's still 6.5 minutes. I think I've counted 4 different players taking a quick pit stop, and for Michael Colburn, it's been a little bit more than a quick trip. Davenport downhill gets called for the offensive fouls. He put his shoulder down. So Davenport picks up the foul. That is his first, and you could see that whistle coming from a little bit of ways. (32-17), Ozark leads the Saints. James, good defense by Foster, forced him into a tough shot early in the shot clock. Bycroft, pull up mid-range, knocks it down. Dylan Bycroft out of Iola, Kansas, gets his scoring started. Johnson pushes it the other way, and he traveled. Didn't come to a jump stop. And that'll be a turnover on the Saints. See Tristan Brand, number 14 for the Saints. He has the mask on. Not something fun to play with, but a lot of these student athletes decide it's better than not playing at all. As Eric Dillinger did a great job getting the seal and getting the bucket. James has it blocked from behind by Dillinger, and Ozark an opportunity to run. 4-on-3, Dillinger tried to get to Foster, poked out. Hunter, open 3, on the way, bounces out. Good ball movement from the Ambassadors, though. Massey missed that leaning shot. Dillinger, 3-pointer on the way. Won't go. Tracks down his own rebound. Might have got the steal credit for it. We'll see. Salzman, 3-pointer on the way. Bounces twice off the rim and doesn't go. So we saw it in the women's game. A series of unfortunate bounces to cause misses. You see it there with Dillinger. Foster backdoor to Dillinger. Missed it in a late whistle and a foul. And that'll send the junior out of St. Paul to the free throw line.
Eric Dillinger to the line. 2 shots.
Eric makes the first. Micah Colburn finally returning to the bench for the Ambassadors. Dillinger knocks down both. Troy Johnson back in the ball game for Mark Hunter. Central trying to find any gap for penetration. Massey thought about the turnaround. Now Hamilton, corner 3, knocks it down. The 6'3" guard, he's lengthy. Gets the shot off there over Bycroft. Makes it 38-20, 4 minutes left in the first half. Foster on the slip. Dumps it down one more to Dillinger. Saved it. Ends up being good ball movement for the Ambassador. Ends in a 3-pointer from Dylan Bycroft. Ozark's offense on automatic right now. Massey in the lane. Over Foster, finishes that one with the left hand. Good shot from Silas Massey, the freshman who's held his own against Danny Foster, the senior. Johnson trying to find Dillinger on the roll. It's slapped out of bounds by Eric, and it'll be Saints basketball.
Quincy James Jr. back in the decisions.
Carter Brown in for Dylan Bycroft. Bycroft had some really good minutes off the bench there. Ambassadors lead by 19. Johnson guarded by Salzman. Gets past him to the right. Foul on the floor. Salzman picks up his first. James spins again, lays it up and in. Good move by James using the pivot to create space and get the bucket. 41-24. Ozark, the reigning conference champions. They'll start conference tournament next Thursday. 3 from Dillinger, no good, and an offensive foul. Or rather, they're going to say it hit the wire that extends from the backboard to the roof. So out of bounds will be the correct call. Johnson got past Salzman last time. Here's Massey trying his luck at a 3, knocks it down. Silas Massey, the freshman, trying to keep his team afloat in this one. Cuts the lead to 14. 2:10 left to play. Salzman looking for an answer. Got it! Blaine Salzman, an absolute sharpshooter from outside. Tristan Brand tried to push the tempo the other way, had it deflected out of bounds. Mentioned Ozark was conference champions last season. But we'll stay with Central. Ozark went 12-3 in conference play last year. Ended up having to play 3 games in the conference. 3-pointer, no good from Hamilton. Loose ball blocked by Colburn. It'll stay Saints basketball, 10 on the shot clock. Ozark beat Emmaus in the first round of the conference tournament, then beat Central. 3-pointer on the way from Massey. Missed that one. Might have been deflected by Dillinger. A little bit of a forced shot there towards the end of the shot clock. Colburn into the lane. Floater off the back rim. Loose ball ends up into the hands of Quincy James and a foul. Ozark beat Central last year in the conference tournament in the second round, 94-76. And then beat Manhattan Christian College 87-78 in the championship. And they sit atop the conference standings right now at 10-1. James, spin move. Off the front rim, got it to drop. Ozark then in the first round of the regional tournament had their season ended by College of Biblical Studies out of Houston. It was an 80-74 loss. Johnson, tough take. Nearly got the and one as he got fouled by Massey. College of Biblical Studies got the best of Ozark earlier this season. It was Ozark's first loss after starting the season 5-0. Johnson knocks down both. 46-29, 45 seconds left in the first half. Johnson has it knocked away by Dillinger. Gives it to Dre. Pushes in transition. 3-on-2. Foster underneath. Fouled by James. And that will send Danny Foster to the free throw line. James picks up his third foul. Foster knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. .2 remains on the clock. So Ozark will get a shot. Here's Gage Johnson. Trying to get past Salzman. Good defense that time. Step back mid-range, no good. Rebounded by Dre. Up ahead to Blaine Salzman. Finds Colburn back into the ballgame. Into the lane. Good acrobatic left-hand finish. Pushes the lead up to 21. 5 on the game clock. Johnson. Guarded closely by Dre. Gets it to James. 3 at the buzzer. Got it! So Quincy James Jr. beats the buzzer from deep three-point range. That'll end the half. Ozark on pace to hit the century mark. 50-32 is your halftime score. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the halftime review and then second half action. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Ozark Christian College Athletics. Welcome back from the halftime break. Ozark leads Central Christian College of the Bible 50-32. 20 minutes left to play in this one. We'll go through the individual point scores from the first half. First for Central, 14 points to lead the way from Quincy James Jr., 7 points from Silas Massey, and then 5 from Gage Johnson, and 3 apiece from Nolan Mathis and Idris Hamilton. For Ozark, 10 points leads the team from Dre Johnson, 9 points from Danny Foster, 6 points from both Eric Dillinger and Blaine Salzman, 5 points from Mark Hunter, Carter Brown, Dylan Bycroft, and then 2 points from Micah Colburn and Curtis Davenport. Every single ambassador that has touched the floor has scored 2 points or more. A good first half for Coach Lamb's squad. First Central, they shot 13 of 38 from the field in the first half, 6 of 17 from 3. Did not get to the free throw line once. For Ozark, they shot 18 of 28 from the field. That is 64%. They shot 5 of 11 from 3 and 9 of 10 from the free throw line. The rebound battle favors Ozark heavily, 23-14. And then the turnover battle favors Central. Ozark 8 turnovers to the Saints 5. Every Ozark player that touched the floor played 4:45 or longer in minutes. Cale Seamers, Braden Chandler, Ty Cloud, the 3 freshmen, are the only players yet to check into this game. But if the lead continues to build, I assume Coach Lamb will let his guys get some run out on the floor. I mentioned it earlier, but a great crowd here, especially from the Ozark student section. You can't see them, but they're off to your bottom right. And they've brought good energy to this game this evening. Not at the multi-purpose building, but still showing up with a good, supportive crowd. Ozark looking to finish off the conference season 11-1 with 20 more minutes of strong basketball. Central came into this one at just 3-7. In the conference, they'll finish their season off, regular season at least. They'll finish it off tomorrow at Calvary. That'll be a 4 o'clock tip in Kansas City. Once again, we're in the Young and Ellis Gymnasium on the campus of Missouri Southern State University, all due to preaching and teaching convention happening at Ozark Christian College at the beginning of next week. I think it's Monday through Wednesday, so hope to see lots of people showing up for that. Should be a good event, but they've been setting up the last 2 days, and they'll finish that up this weekend, getting ready for a fun and busy week next week on campus. So for Ozark, the key to the first half, honestly, was their ball movement. Only 3 assists, but a lot of passes that allowed guys to create their own shots. So a good battle from the Ambassadors on the offensive end, and defensively doing a good job forcing a lot of tough shots. Central started to make some tough shots coming down the end of the first half, but we'll see what happens here in the second. It's an 18-point Ozark advantage. Saints get the basketball first. And Chris Woods didn't see much of the floor in the first half. Back in the game now. Quincy James Jr. led the way with 14 points in the first half. 3-pointer on the way from James won't go. Woods grabs the rebound. And now Central move it around. Woods back to James, and turned it over trying to get Massey on the post up. Wasn't there. Foster got the steal. Colburn back in the game after spending a lot of time with the trainer in the first half. Draws the foul as he gets into the lane that time.
Cole Hughes, his third, team first this half.
Cole Hughes gets called for his third foul. Free throw good from Colburn. And Colburn goes 1 for 2 at the line. Colburn only played 8 minutes, 16 seconds in the first half. Mentioned the time with the trainer. Off the backboard, a little bit strong from Quincy James. Johnson had space. Decides to work the clock a little bit more. Foster gets it back to Colburn. Good movement here from the Ambassadors. Johnson skipped to the corner. Salzman, 3 on the way. Won't go. Dillinger punches it back out. Johnson saves it, but it goes right to Gage Johnson of the Saints. Gage all the way to the rim and finishes over Colburn. But Johnson was on the other end and blocked from behind, but a late whistle and a foul goes against Quincy James.
Saints, Quincy James Jr. His fourth, team second. Dre Johnson to the line.
Colburn did a nice job keeping his eyes up, kicking it up ahead to Dre Johnson, who was on the other end of the floor. Great hustle play from Quincy James to get there, but got whistled for the foul. Dre missed the first free throw. Rattles in the second, so he goes 1 for 2. 52-34 is the Ozark advantage. 100 seconds into the second half. Woods into the lane. Rising up is James. Missed that one badly. He's starting to force up shots here to start the second half. Dre finds Salzman. Ozark will keep moving it, not settling for anything early in the shot clock. Colburn. $11 to shoot. Foster, left baby hook, rolls around the rim, falls in. Danny Foster now with 11 points. Johnson gets downhill, turnaround fadeaway mid-range, no good. Salzman didn't catch cleanly, so he'll reset. Ozark doing a great job of picking and choosing what shots they want versus what shots they don't need exactly. Foster in the post, misses. Dre Johnson grabs the offensive rebound, puts it back up, misses again, and misses the second and third opportunity. Here's Massey, scoreless in the second half so far. Pass is deflected out of bounds. Idris Hamilton checks in for Chris Woods. James into Gage Johnson. Back to James. Foster gambled. James can't hit that mid-range, but followed by Hamilton gets the bucket. Lead back down to 18. Colburn with it on the left wing. Salzman wide open, 3, won't go. Rebounded by Foster. Gives it back out, second chance, and it goes. Blaine Salzman, good enough shooter, never missed 2 in a row. 57-36 is the Ozark lead. Nearing 4 minutes into the second half. Hughes stepped through over Dillinger, missed it. Ozark's defense has given the Saints all sorts of a tough time. Salzman Tried to give the extra pass to Dillinger, but turned it over. And then Colburn.
Jacob Bullock checking back into the Saints.
Jacob Bullock, transfer from Kansas Christian College, is in. Johnson, open corner three, knocks that one down.
Three-point basket, Gage Johnson.
That's his second three-pointer of the game. Central hanging right around the 18-point margin here in the second half. Dillinger in the paint, puts it up with the left hand and gets it to go. Advantage for him being left-hand dominant. James. Central has had to earn all 39 of their points. Nothing easy, and there's another turnover forced by the Ambassadors. Colburn into the line, dumps it off to Dre Johnson, who finishes over a pair of defenders. Great pass from Micah Colburn. And for this Ozark team with four seniors, as Quincy James gets to the rim and finishes, this feels like the year that Ozark can do something dangerous in the postseason. We saw them win the conference championship last year, but they definitely have their sights further than that into the regional championship, and I know for a lot of these guys, into the national tournament. Gage Johnson gets to line up another three. That one won't fall. Colburn goes to the floor hard. Hamilton picks him up. Colburn comes up a little slowly, but now jogging down. Foster inside. Too hard of a touch off the rim and no good. Colburn read the pass and kicked it. Colburn, he's been everywhere in this one, on the floor, catching all kinds of hands and elbows and feet in the first half. Got kicked in the head in the opening minutes. Just a physical game for Micah Colburn. Here's Bullock. No good that time. Plowed into the ball game, as well as Mark Hunter and Carter Brown. Mark Hunter had a good first half, knocking down a pair of jump shots, including a smooth step back mid-range from the left corner. Johnson, 7 to shoot, step through, fouled by Bullock as he got into the lane.
Foul on Central, Jacob Bullock, that's his first team third.
Bullock picks up his first of the game.
2 shots.
Dre's had a little bit of struggles from the free throw line. Here in the second half, he went 4 for 4 in the first half. Now 1 of 4 here in the second. Dillinger fights for the offensive rebound. Gives it to Johnson, who gets all the way and lays it in that time. Decides he'll take 2 points the hard way. Here's Massey quiet here in the second, but puts that to an end as he gets the bucket over Ty Cloud. Freshman on freshman matchup there. Hunter. Dillinger nearly turned it over. Instead gives it to Johnson. Easy layup underneath. Dre, who had 30 points last time out against Central on December 6th earlier this season. Having a good second half. 3-pointer on the way from Hamilton, no good. Ozark the rebound. Brown dumps it off. Johnson lays it in once again. And all of Johnson's field goal makes have been right at the rim. He's done a great job getting position, cutting, running the floor, making sure he's getting his the easiest way possible. Dillinger knocked it out of the hands of Bullock. Now Dillinger goes up, couldn't follow, couldn't finish, but Dre Johnson gets the follow. And this has turned into a Dre Johnson masterclass. 69-43. Ozark leads Central. 11:45 left to play. Floater from Gage Johnson, no good. Ozark still, despite their lead, being real picky about their shot selection. That is one of the best virtues of this team. Cloud had it knocked out from behind as he caught. Gage Johnson dumps it off for Hamilton. Back inside Massey, couldn't finish that one. He was surrounded by 2 or 3 white jerseys. Carter Brown, 3 on the way. Lob up to Bullock, went off the rim. And now Johnson the other way running the floor. Missed that layup. Coach Lamb having himself a laugh over on the sideline after Dre misses that one. Coach Lamb absolutely loves this senior class, the way they work for him and have dedicated themselves to this program. Multiple transfers in that senior class, including Colburn and Bycroft. Eric Dillinger gets the lay-in. Timeout, Ozark.
This is a full timeout.
It will be a full timeout. 71-43 they lead. Still 10:25 left to go. And if you missed the women's game earlier this evening, it was a blowout win for the Lady Ambassadors, who improved to 18-2 on the season, 10-2 in the conference. They won that game 81-42. And the men's team well on their way towards another victory. 71-43 they lead. They were up 18 at the break, already outscoring Central by 10 here in the second half. And Ozark is nearly still on pace to hit 100. They had 50 at the halftime break. At 71 now. So we'll see if they're able to hit that century mark. And I was talking about how much Chris Lamb just loves this senior class. I mean, just the way he's able to laugh at a Dre Johnson missed layup. And not necessarily in the most intensive games, but still just able to understand that Dre knows he made a mistake, doesn't have to get on his case or anything like that. Just trust the maturity of the senior out of Memphis. Massey grabs the offensive board. 3 won't go. Now Massey will try his luck at a mid-range and knocks it in. So Silas Massey's been a bright spot for Coach DeFreitas. Once again in his 14th season at CCCB. Johnson to Brown, right wing 3. That one bounces out. Colburn nearly got the steal. He's been all over transition passes all night. Here's Amabile, transfer from Missouri Baptist University. Mathis got inside, lost it, last touched by the Ambassadors.
Station Central, Dylan Bycroft checking in for us.
Dylan Bycroft in the ball game.
Shot clock violation.
And Ozark forces the shot clock violation. So stifling defense from the Ambassadors. Over 30 minutes through this one. Carter Brown gave it to Colburn, who fired a bullet pass inside in between two of his teammates. Mathis turnaround jumper won't go. Here's Ty Cloud, gives it to Bycroft. Gets it back. Colburn in the lane, floats it up and in. Good to see Micah Colburn deciding to score. Such a selfless point guard is Colburn. Amabile misses that three. Ozark a chance to run 2-on-2. Colburn and Bycroft. Central does a good job getting back. Curtis Davenport going to fire a three from the top of the key. Doesn't shoot a whole lot of those, but he's made at least one this season. Massey guarded by Cloud with the left hand. No good, but he got fouled.
Those are Ty Cloud, his first, team second. Silas Massey to the line, 2 shots.
Massey knocks down the first. Cale Seamers
checking in for Ozark.
will check in for the Ambassadors for Ty Cloud. Seamers out of Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Has it now, fires a three. Missed it off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound for the Ambassadors. Seamers will get a second chance and miss that one even further long. Central in transition the other way. Hughes threw it up. And Bycroft nearly lost it. Seamers ends up with it and lays it in. So Seamers checks in, gets 3 shot attempts, makes the third. And he's got a pair. $75-47, make it 75-49 is the score. 6.5 minutes left to play. Davenport thought about the three-pointer for a second. Now Dylan Bycroft will get the space for one. Won't go. Long rebound tracked down by Micah Colburn. Davenport, every time he catches there, keeps looking at that three-point line. Now he'll get another chance. Knocks it home! Curtis Davenport proving that the big man can knock it down from long range. Give him 5 points on the game for the hometown kid. Hughes inside gets the bucket. Bycroft inside, fadeaway mid-range. is good.
Dylan Bycroft.
80-51, 5:08 to play. Massey out to Amabile. Mathis floater up and in. Mathis is junior out of Lesterville, Missouri. One of many juniors on this Saints team. Colburn to Seamers. Good ball movement. Finds Bycroft. Misses off the back of the rim. Gets the offensive rebound. Davenport puts it up and in. And a substitution timeout for Ozark will bring Braden Chandler into the ballgame for Micah Colburn.
Substitution timeout called by Ozark. 30-second timeout charged.
And for Central, Silas Massey, the only one to stay on the floor. 4 other substitutions. Woods down to Massey. Fading away and knocks it home.
Silas Massey.
Three-pointer on the way from Chandler. Knocks it down. And the freshman out of Rich Hill, Missouri, checks in and gets his first bucket. Chandler, a great shooter, can light it up from just about anywhere on the court. See if they try to get him another look. Seamers. Chandler finds Bycroft in the mid-range. Carter Brown gets an open three, puts it up, knocks it home. Ozark hitting on all cylinders, and I mean all cylinders from three-point range. Bullock on the other end gets the and one. Good pass ahead by Chris Woods.
Carter Brown, his first, team third. Jacob Bullock to the line. One shot.
Davenport back to Seamers. He'll fire a three. Knocks it in! 3-pointers from everyone on the Ambassadors. That was hyperbolic speech there, but seems just about everyone. Anthony Moore checked into the game for the Saints. Misses that three. Davenport downhill into the lane. Puts it up. Fouled and one! What a take by Curtis Davenport. So strong. And Ozark, their offense slowed down for a couple minutes. Incredible. What a barrage of three-point baskets can do for you. As Davenport converts on the free throw. 94-57. 2.5 minutes to go. So Ozark just 2 threes away from hitting 100. Massey turned it over. Chandler up ahead to Brown. Got it over Woods. Seamers open for another three. That one won't fall. Ty Cloud, the offensive rebound, misses the putback. Seamers gets it back. Fadeaway mid-range off the back rim. Cloud the follow. And he lays it in finally. Ozark all over the offensive glass. Three on the way from Moore. Knocks it down. Moore, transfer from Quincy University. Instead, they'll call it a 2. Davenport finds Cloud in the post, guarded by Massey. Back to Davenport, straight downhill. Good defense by Silas Massey that time. Another shot on the way from Moore. Won't go. Seamers working with Cloud. Now Davenport, backdoor tie, Cloud! Little bit of a rim grazer there with one hand. 98-59. Was rejected by Brown for a late whistle and a foul. Will send Chris Woods to the free throw line. Brown picks up his second foul.
Chris Woods to the line, 2 shots.
98-59 is the score. Woods misses both. Chandler fouled as he looked to pass. Student section ante for 100 points. 98-59, 36.6 on the clock. 20 on the shot clock. Inbound goes to Cloud. Chandler. Seamers for 100. Won't go. Chris Woods the rebound. Pushes in transition. Lobs it up. Bullock couldn't handle the pass. And that'll give Ozark the basketball back. But I think Coach Lamb will just let the Ambassadors dribble it out as Ozark will improve. To 17-6 on the season. 11-1 is their final conference record. They'll take on Calvary tomorrow afternoon. Close out the regular season. Once again, they finish the conference schedule 11-1.
Secure at least a tie in the regular season championship for the Midwest Christian College Conference.
And Ozark, as just announced, has secured at least a tie for first place in the regular season conference championship. Once again, 17-6 the record, 11-1 in conference. For Central, they drop to 6-19 on the season, 3-8 in conference. They'll take on Calvary tomorrow afternoon. For Nathan Reynolds, Isaac Beto running the camera. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been Ozark Christian College Athletics. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.